Hi guys, my proposal are the following is, firstly, the government must see for its people. That's why we will use all money for health and education. 25 health clinics offering basic health care. 3 hospitals. Health is the most important. We must be prepared for everything that might happen, pandemics and any disease that might have consequences for the country. All people must have access to health. That is why health clinics will give great access to people who cannot afford a hospital. 30 primary schools, 30 secondary schools, and 2 universities. Education is the most powerful weapon in the world. That is why I hope that the people can study to change their future and that of their country. The use of buses is not necessary. The people choose to use a bicycle, and so we must continue to take care of them every month.
Hello, Areli. I think that your proposal is fine, but we also have to think a little more about how the money that is going to be awarded to use will be divided, and that we need in some way to have a source income that allows us to have self-sustainability economic and not have money problems in the future. That is why I propose the following. As the first democratically elected government of Elysia, I propose that with the support of the north of the Island, the 500 million be built and invested for the benefit of the island citizens as follows. In terms on economic development and in order to have economic stability, 17 million are allocated. One, a Mahaloid exploration venture in the north of the island in partnership with the American Oil Company. 2. 5 fruit processing factories for the production of fruit juice. 5. 500 kilometers of new roads. Third, 100 million will be allocated to health, 3 hospitals. In education, 300 million will be allocated, 13 elementary schools, 13 high schools, 2 universities, 27 million in urban development will be allocated, 3 shopping malls, 100 public buses, and thus a self-sustaining sovereign high will be made attending to the needs of their inhabitants of Elche. I don't know what you think about what Areli and I propose, or do you have something else to propose?
Hi, Areli and Helen. First, I agree with the idea of Areli that we need to put our people in the first place, but we shouldn't invest in money on education and health because in a long term, there wouldn't be enough for all the people there wouldn't be enough jobs for the people in his professional areas, and I'm sure that your model definitely will be a brain drain eventually, and also will make that not all the people can pay the cost of the hospital. Obviously, I'm talking about the services that goes beyond that basic health services. And about your idea, Helen, I think that I have to say that I didn't consider the idea to make a support for the north side and in somehow generate a union for both sides, but I think that's a great idea. And also I believe that your model of self-sustaining it's but it's good for economy, but your model as the really it's gonna make a brain drain eventually. So I choose these areas: 2 airports, 3 hospitals, 7 tourist hotels, 25 health clinics uh, for basic health care, uh, 5 processing factories of producing the fruit juice, um, create a new road, uh, large, large natural reserve, training obviously training nurses for the hospitals, and also training teacher for the education that we already have, and also trainings as police for more security and just in case. So I was thinking to get in focus in the tourists and just a little bit development in our own nation, because in that way we'll be open to offering investments, and also we are selling our resources, making more money for the nation. And in the long term, we are going to use that earnings to invest in education in future. And also we have a little reserve of 3 millions in any circumstances that could happen. The reason because I did I didn't decide to invest in our own nation all the money. It's because that will have some costs, and even more couldn't be more expensive, and it will have for a lower earnings that we will wouldn't be enough to generate enough jobs and newly generated the people professional areas. So that's what I thought.
Diego, it is interesting to see nation from a more tourist point and all things. But remember to take care of the heritage and culture of the nation. Many people are not prepared for such a drastic change in their every month. It must be little by little.
After having a long talk in private and reaching an agreement, as a final proposal, we believe that education, health, security, and economic self-sustainability in the country are necessary for the country to grow little by little. It was decided to spend the 500 million on the following and state there are 13 million in reserve for any undersea.
Yes, and proposal following is 25 health clinics offering basic health care, 19 millions, and training for 100 doctors, 10 millions, training for 100 nurses, 6 millions, 13 primary school, 100 millions, 30 secondary school, 150 millions, a major oil exploring adventure in the north of the island in partnership with the American Oil Company for 40 millions, and 5 fruit processing factory for producing fruit juice and 20 millions, 100 public buses, 12 millions, and 500 kilometers of new roads and 10 millions, and training for 100 police officers, 4 millions, and 50 army helicopters, 45 millions.
That was our decision.
That was our decision.
That was our decision.